This is the Wise Owl 2 coming at you from the city where I live. A couple of days ago, I was recording from my Wise Owl 2 video site on YouTube. My sister Kathy was reading, and my sister Kathy was looking at her phone, not reading. Well, she was reading, but she was looking at her phone, and she went to the Farmer's Almanac, and she discovered that the Farmer's Almanac indicated that this winter it's going to be very harsh. Very, very harsh. So I said, I'm here to let you know, but what, in the city where I live, in the state where I live, in the northeast of the map, it's very cold in the winter. Now, when they say harsh, you can, you know it's going to be really, really, really heavy, deep. It's going to be lots of trouble with the weather. However, so many people don't live in the cold environment. You may live in the tropics, or you may live in a more temperate environment. It depends on the equator, where you are in the equator. But for me, I'm here to warn people. Not really warn you, to advise you. I shouldn't warn anybody. I'm not a news person, or I'm not a scientist or anything. I'm just a person. Some free advice I'm giving you. That's much better, right? Friendly advice. To please take serious measures to take care of yourself in any emergency. Now, be familiar with your type of emergencies, your type of climatic destructive nature of your vicinity. Mine is this late fall and winter, especially deep winter. It'll be dampness, leaky roofs, snow, the flu. Yeah, the flu. That's an emergency. It's gonna be snow. It's gonna be a lot of things. Heat. It's gonna be power outage. Lots of things that's going to happen, and that's just because of the month, the season. You may not have this kind of problem. You may have a tornado problem, or a problem with an earthquake, or tsunamis, or drought, floods. Heavens knows what problem. But we all have one thing in common. We live somewhere where there's an emergency. There's some kind of emergency that may arise. Don't say to yourself, "Oh, it looks okay. Nothing's going to happen. It's safe." Doesn't matter what you say. It's what life says. What the environment says. The weather says. I'm making this video just to let you know. Prepare yourself, okay, for any emergency. Food storage of any kind. First aid equipment, or first aid in case somebody gets hurt. Emergency phone numbers for your family and friends to contact you, and you contact them. Your doctor's phone number. Maybe your cell phone backup battery for your cell phone. You don't want your cell phone to die. Maybe you need a battery operated radio to hear the weather in case power goes out. Electricity goes out. You got your power operated radio to let you know what's going on and what's happening. Shovels, if you live in a cold environment, if you have snow. Shovels, coats and hats and gloves and all kinds of stuff like that. Wood for your fireplace, in case your heating system doesn't work. You know, the central system, whatever. You have wood for your fireplace. So you have oils for your lanterns, or batteries for your flashlights and your battery-operated lanterns. How about emergency escape? Your family can escape easily from a house that catches fire. You got smoke detectors. Are they ready? You have fire extinguisher. Or have they been kept up on date for filling the refilling or replacing with a new extinguisher? You know what I'm saying? you can recharge it or whatever. Have you taken consideration of your pets or they've been taken care of because of emergencies? Yeah, average water supply. What if your water freezes and you think that having a little torch and heating the pipe is going to work, but it may not work. We got coolers in case electricity goes off, and we put the milks and the eggs in the cooler. Then we keep it outside in the winter, and let the cold weather or keep it fresh and cold, or even freeze it. Let me see. You may live in an environment that's very hot, tropical. You get everything ready. You have canoes, rafts. You have what else do you have? Do you have do you know how to fish? Do you have any skills that may cause you to in a tropical island or something, or a tropical vicinity, to survive on food from fishing? You never know. You have a boat, whatever. And I was people recognize what kind of emergencies the city or state that you have, that you live. What state of emergency is common for the season that you're living in, or the time you're living in, and prepare yourself for that ahead of time, for that emergency. That's what I'm trying to say. See, I cannot get into it because it could be anything. It could be an earthquake. Maybe you live in an earthquake vicinity, with the plates under the earth and stuff like that, tectonic plates or whatever. So I don't know. You see, I'm just telling you to recognize the emergency that comes along, and never say to yourself, "Oh, it's not going to happen." It's okay. It's been very calm and serene lately. The earth is behaving good. Never say that. Always prepare yourself. Have adequate food supplies and everything. Well, if you go to my Wise Out 2 site, you see that I talk about these kind of things. But however, you have first aid equipment. You may get cut. You may fall down. A beam might fall on your foot. You have to go to a hospital, and you have to stop the bleeding, or you have to use a splint to hold the bone in place in your leg or your arm or something. Do you know first aid? Do you know how to apply first aid? How to dress with a Band-Aid? Do you know CPR? Do you lots of things that you should know. Do you know the fastest way to get to the hospital, to emergency? Do you have a vehicle or a way to transport yourself to emergency? Do you have phone numbers for people that you can contact who has cars to take you to emergencies, loved ones? Do you have a way to contact your doctor? Is your doctor available anytime, any place, anytime? Mine's is not. My doctor's never available. I keep calling, and I don't get. The doctor's never available. Sometimes you want to refill your prescription. You cannot get a hold of your doctor. That what happens to you before? It happens to me all the time. So you have to be prepared to take measures, to take proper measures on your own. Take yourself to the hospital, stuff like that. Take care of your pets. Have everything ready there. Whatever emergency you have for your location, for your well, it depends how far, where you live in the equator, how far from the equator. You may live in a temperate region, but the temperate region, climate, doesn't mean that you're exonerated from destruction. You may have earthquakes, floods, drought. Lots of things can happen. How about the flu? Are you ready for the flu? Did you get your flu shot? I haven't got my flu shot for a few years now. Because every time I get a flu shot, I get sick. I don't know about you. So, but still, I had to get over-the-counter medication. I had to make sure that I really hope and pray that my doctor is available. My doctor's not always available when I call him for any medication I may need in case I have the flu. But usually, when you have the flu, I'm already familiar with my signs and symptoms. Do you have allergy medicine? Do you have well, you give a point. Do you have a backup generator? We have a small one that you plug in, but it doesn't do too much of a. It's not much of a of a value to us, but it's something. It's better than nothing. You have tools for any emergency that may come your way. Different tools for different emergencies. Now everybody has the right kind of tools to take care of different emergencies. Different emergencies, different tools. I'm sure you understand that, right? Yeah. Well, that's what I got to say to you. Let me see what time it is. I have to get ready to go. I have to meet my sister. I'm going downtown. But this is what I'm trying to tell you. If you prepare for any emergency, now that the fall is here, this is August the 30th, and I'm just letting you know the fall is here. And sometimes the wind may knock down electrical wires. Power may go out because of the wind. Allergies, severe allergies. Do you have any medication or any over-the-counter medication for your allergies? Let me see what else. Flu season is coming, right? There's almost time for it. You can hear in the news. Flu season is here. Let me see. There be any emergency. Rain. The fall brings rain. Are you ready for that? Floods. Do you have a water pump? Do you have anything? So I'm just letting you know to be prepared for everything. So take it serious, because sometimes I don't take my own self serious, and things happen. Lots of things happen, and I wish I took myself serious many times. Never say, excuse me, I just had a kind of a hiccup. Never say to yourself, "Oh, everything's serene, everything is okay." Never say that. People say that in lots of places, and it's not that way. In the Philippines, people will relax on the beach. Tsunami comes over. In Japan, people are relaxing on the beach or having a good time. A tsunami comes over. California, an earthquake hits. You never know when it happens. Get your smoke detectors ready. Smoke detectors, because you're going to need to have it around you, especially with carbon monoxide too. Included in your smoke detector, which is small money. If you buy a smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector, it could be more money, but it's worth it. Save your money for it and buy it, because you never know when you're going to have smoke, especially if you have a dryer, and dryer backs up. So you put it in the hallway by the doorway of your dryer. Also, you may have a carbon monoxide or dioxide, whatever, coming through from your fireplace. You never know. You never know when it's coming. You can't smell it, you can't see it, but carbon monoxide can really kill you, as you must say. Do you have poison control number? You never know. You may have an emergency where something falls off the shelf and gets on you. Something may fall on your food. An earthquake. It's an earthquake, and maybe a bottle of Clorox may be opened. Some people leave things open. Maybe some Ajax or an untapped medicine that's untapped may fall into your food or into the water, or you never know. Maybe you stored away some food, but carelessly didn't check up on a expiration date, and you eat the food during emergencies, and you get botulism, food poisoning. You never know. Lots of things can happen. You never know. You may fall, and he splits. You may fall down the steps. You may be fleeing from an earthquake or a tsunami or a tornado, and you fall, hit your head. You're not unconscious, but you're bleeding. You have to sit down and you have to dress your wounds. Always be prepared. You never know. You just never know. Oh, nothing may happen. Maybe but something stupid. But what happens if there's no? Let's say it's no emergency at all. There's no destruction. Nothing's going to happen. There's no destruction. Oh, but you fall down the steps. Oh, but you slip in the shower. How about those kind of emergencies? Oh, but you were chopping onions to make some soup or making an omelet and you cut your fingers. That's a small emergency. That's a situation. Are you prepared? Do you have first aid? Do you know exactly where to run to stop the bleeding? How to stop the bleeding? Do you do you know anything? Do you? What if you're choking on food and nobody's around? Do you know how to dislodge it on your own? You know, Heimlich maneuver, maybe on a chair or whatever, or do this to yourself. You never know. You know, just ways to do it. Just prepare yourself, okay? I'm making this video because because the weather is changing from the summertime to the fall. And in some places, the fall and the winter is very harsh. And my sister Kathy read in the Farmer's Almanac here, where I live, or in any place in this country or anywhere that's connected. Look at the Farmer's Almanac. It tells you this winter's gonna be harsh. You determine where you live, and you determine if it applies to you. But my sister was telling me when I was making a video on my Wise Out 2, I'm the Wise Out 2 video site, like I'm doing right now. She was looking on her phone and saying, "Oh, guess what? The Farmer's Almanac says it's gonna be a harsh winter." So now I'm preparing for it. I have food storage ready. I have my first aid ready. I have my first aid preparedness ready. I got my flashlights and my lanterns, my battery operating lanterns. It's not like that. Why? I had to buy some wood for a fireplace. I had to clean my fireplace. Not even my fireplace. I have a wood stove behind me. I don't know if you can see it. A small little black square, old-fashioned, outdated, very heavy cast iron wood stove. Believe me, you're going to need good wood to light it up. It's hard to light that up, but once you light it up, it's the best friend you can have in the winter. So get yourself ready. I'm making this video to let you know. Don't ever say to you, everything's okay. Hey man, everything's okay with me. Nah, there's no earthquakes, there's no tidal waves, nobody got hurt, no one got sick. Never say that. Never say that. And for you people who live in the tropics, never say that because you have insects that can bite you and everything. I know people who live in the suburbs. I don't live in the suburbs. Who live in the suburbs, they get bit by a deer flea or a deer tick or whatever, and they get Lyme's disease. You never know when something may strike. You have to know you have to know the signs and symptoms of a lot of diseases and illnesses. If you know that a flu is very prevalent at your vicinity at different times and season, you should know the signs. Know the difference between a cold and the difference between a flu. Man? Okay? I'm just saying to you, okay? It's good to be prepared. I'm saying I'm just raising your awareness, your consciousness. Let you know. Be prepared. Never say everything's okay. I guess Wise Out 2 had to go meet my sister. I'm going downtown with her. I gotta meet her. Have a good day, and I wish you a lot of luck. Please take what I say into take it serious, because you never know. Okay, at any time we can lose our life, we can become paralyzed, we can become handicapped, or if we're already handicapped, then we really got to take emergency procedures if we're handicapped. You know, do we have walking canes? Do we have wheelchairs? Do you have a battery-operated oxygen supply? When the power goes out, the oxygen machine stop, and you won't be able to breathe. Do you have a backup battery and do you have a recharger, a battery recharger? Most devices these days do have it, but do you have for your oxygen tank? Do you have it? Well, this is the Wise Out 2 coming at you. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe freely to my Wise Out 2 channels. I have all kind of videos that you may like or you may not like. You never know until you visit my site. Share this video if you want to with your family and friends, so you can raise their consciousness and let them know about how they prepare themselves for anything that may come, any emergency. Any comment you want to leave me, 1 or 2 comments, feel free. I'll read them. I'll read my comments. Okay, I have to go now. This is Wise Out 2 coming at you from the city where I live, and I hope that I'll be able to maintain a good supply, of food supply, first aid kit and everything. I hope I'm ready for the coming heavy fall and winter environmental emergencies that's going to arise. It's going to arise. It's going to rise. I know it for sure because that's what you call winter and late fall. It's going to rise. Like the flu is going to arise. But will we get the flu? That's the question. All right, this is Wise Out to coming at you. Over and out.